Hello YouTube. I freed up a little bit of space. So bummed that last video cut off because I didn't really get to finish my story. But anyway, there's our Route 32 bus. Decided, of course, to just take the bus, which I figured I was going to do. I did not manage to get logged into Lyft or Uber with my iPhone. In fact, I'm having other issues with the iPhone, and I'm probably going to have to go back to that shop in Tempe and talk to him about it. Now, I've got service with on that phone. I have service with Mint Mobile, and I forget how much data I get a month, but it's a really, really feeble amount. And as little as I've had that phone on, I think I've already used like 90% of my data. The last time I checked the Mint Mobile app, I was like, wow, I've hardly even used this phone and I'm already out. What the hell? But, wait. But, yeah. Anyway, so I noticed that the Lyft app, black woman that was just sitting there on the left. I imagine that's what Priscilla's going to look like in about 10 years. Anyway, sorry, I just couldn't get that thought out of my head. It's all I could do not to stare at her. Anyway, I haven't walked through here in so long. Somebody's alarm going off with the same rooster sound that Priscilla often has going off on hers that she doesn't wake up to shut off. It's been quite a while since I've gone over the Sky Bridge, but I checked the Valley Metro app on the way. Checked the Valley Metro app on the way over, and I got plenty of time to do the transfer and come wait over here, as opposed to waiting by the closed down Circle K. You know what? I'm not sure if I got that in my vlog, but that Circle K closed. There's always a lot of homeless people hanging out by it, and you can't really see it from here. I can certainly see traffic stopping on 44th Street, but I can't really see where this Circle K was. Anyway, yeah, it's been closed for a while. And I'm sure they were just having too much problem with homeless people loitering there and probably shoplifting, and who knows, probably got robbed a couple times. I mean, it certainly wasn't it wasn't a matter of the place not being busy. Good morning. Certainly wasn't an issue. Wow, wonder who that guy was. I used to there being somebody sitting there working. Oh God, the air conditioning in here feels so good after going through that drive with no air in my car. I mean, not brutally hot outside. It's actually kind of nice, but still, this air conditioning feels good. I love catwalks with people movers in them. I wish there was more of this kind of pedestrian infrastructure in places, because this is just neat. So there's the bus that I want right there. Yeah, plenty of time to go catch it down there, and I much prefer to catch it down there than catch it over on 44th Street when there's time to do this walk over the Sky Bridge and look at the canal and the trees and the SkyTrain station. Yeah, this is probably easily one of my favorite pieces of pedestrian infrastructure in the entire city of Phoenix. There's the handrail voice. I love how it alternates between a female voice and a male voice. Hear it? the way it alternates between the male voice and the female voice always makes me think of that opening scene in Airplane, where the male and the female voice out where the baggage loading area is are arguing. I need to watch Airplane again. That's such a great classic movie, and I haven't watched it in a while. Gosh, can't wait for Priscilla to finally be out of my living room so I can enjoy my home theater again. So I did mention she's taking a trip to Georgia. Doesn't have money enough to get a place, but has money enough to fly to Georgia and take a trip to Georgia and presumably rent a car while she's in Georgia. Now, I'm sure she's probably staying with family as opposed to getting a hotel, but who knows? Maybe she is getting a hotel. I'm sure she's not planning on sharing any information with me. In fact, speaking of not sharing information with me, I want to say about 10 o'clock when I got my first break, since I hadn't heard from her. I didn't say anything to her when I went out the door because she was on the phone, and and I just needed to get out the door, head to work. I figured at some point, like now that my phone number is back on and she's able to send me a text message, and she's always been able to send me an email, and I've unblocked her on Snapchat, so she's able to message me on Snapchat as well. I figure there's no reason for her to, not send me a message when she gets off work to, hey, did you take off? You get to work? Something. Just send me some kind of a message. And I hadn't heard anything from her by 10, so I sent a text message to her saying, "Hey, what's your plans for the night?" No answer, no response. Now I do have 2 different phone numbers for her, and I'm not sure which goes to which phone or which is her primary phone at this point. She doesn't really tell me anything. So I messaged on the one, I didn't hear back from her. So, a couple hours later, 2-3 hours later, so I sent that message about 10 o'clock during my first break. So when I took my lunch was about 12:30 in the morning. I messaged her on the other number that I have for her, and she's messaged me from both of them since I've had my phone number back on since I bought the new iPhone 7 Plus with its lovely pink rose gold backplate. So so she's messaging me with both. So I would be replying to the one she's messaging me from if it was just one, but she's messaging me from both. So I think the first message I sent out, asking her, hey, what you doing tonight around 10 o'clock during my first break was on the one that she had most recently messaged me in. Because basically when I message people, I'm not looking them up in my contacts. I'm generally going to my inbox and whatever, I'm messaging the people who last messaged me, keeping the dialogue going. That's just kind of how I roll with text messages. That was whatever the phone was she last messaged me with. That's the one I messaged. Since I didn't hear back from her by the time I had my lunch break at 12:30, midnight 30, I messaged her on the other number and was like, hey, which is the better number to message you on? And let's see if I can find what she wrote here. I think that's my bus driver there. About 12:27, I messaged her. I said, you didn't answer your other phone. Which is the better one to text you on? I didn't get a response until 1:55 a.m. and she wrote, either, since I have the newer iPhone. I don't have a missed call from you. Yeah, I don't make phone calls. Like, seriously, we've been dating for 11 years. I text. I don't call unless there's some kind of an urgent thing. So, yeah, I didn't say there was a missed call. By saying you didn't answer your other phone, that means you didn't answer the text message. My gosh, how dense is this woman? That was at 1:55, and 2 minutes later I messaged her back and said, so either way I can expect to be ignored for about 4 hours. And generally speaking, I don't message her. I don't use my phone when I'm working, just on my breaks. But yeah, I had to. I finally heard the thing ding. It has a different ding than the Obama phone, and I was on my way in the trailer, so I just stopped in the trailer where there's no surveillance. Messaged her back with that, and I'll finish the story when I get off the bus. Thanks for coming with me on this walk.